Hello, my name is Adeyenka Oshin. Welcome to episode 5, A Jar of Oil. My journey to become financially secured, what leads to debt. A Jar of Oil is a series of seminars, short films, and podcasts to share principles, practices, and experience of financial prosperity and well-being. It is aimed to raise kingdom achievers, creating wealth from productive work, talents, gifts, creativity, ideas, inspiration, and skills, and impacting our communities with the blessings of the kingdom. In this episode of A Jar of Oil, I'll be sharing about what leads to death. A certain woman of the wives of the sons of the prophets cried out to Elisha, saying, "Your servant, my husband, is dead, and you know that your servant feared the Lord, and the creditor is coming to take my 2 sons to be his slaves." 2 Kings chapter 4, verse 1. In episode 4, Life Sometimes Happens to Christians, we discuss what life threw at Naomi Grace. In quick succession, she became a widow, had a financial crisis with family debts outstanding, and was on the verge of losing her 2 sons to become slave labor. It would have been a devastating experience for Naomi, impacting her entire life, including her mental health. There are many reasons why people could be in debt. These include 1. Loss of employment, 2. Mismanagement of financial resources, 3. Lack of financial management knowledge, that is inadequate financial literacy, 4. Loss of a family breadwinner, 5. Personal errors and mistakes, 6. Bad investments, 7. National crisis, for example recession, pandemic, war, 8. Government policies, 9. Natural disasters, drought, flooding, wildfire, hurricane, tsunami, etc. As identified from Naomi's story, we don't know what led to the financial challenge and debt problem for the Grace family. In my case, it was a combination of many factors: lack of knowledge to manage finances wisely, poor investment management practices, and bad investments. This invariably led to me losing the grip on essential physical discipline, and an experience of the denial of the reward of my creativity and talent aggravated the problem, leading to me experiencing a mental health challenge. The financial challenge came to a head when household outgoings began to outstrip household income. In other words, we had a deficit in our household finances. If this had been for a short period, maybe things might have been manageable. However, it continued for a long period of time. Then the phone calls from the creditors began. Debt collector letters started pouring in through the mail. We had visits from bailiffs and eviction hearing in courts. It was a very emotional and frustrating period for our family of 5, 2 adults and 3 children, including a regular 6-month period my elderly mother lived with us. Many attempts at debt management plans to consolidate the debts into an affordable lump sum proved unworkable for our unique situation, mainly because the household income was just insufficient to meet household living expenses and pay towards a debt management plan without the risk of further defaulting on the arrangement. Survival for our family was a tricky balancing act of juggling payments between competing bills, a strict maintenance of a limited choice of groceries, numerous phone calls to keep in touch with priority creditors, mortgage provider, utilities, and council tax. The change took its toll on our family and work life. I became edgy, emotionally drained, unnecessary arguments over the allocation of the little available money will ensure, sleepless nights thinking about what will happen the next day, wandering thoughts on what is the solution to the debt problem, suicidal thoughts on ending the older debts in my life. It became obvious to some of the similarities in the situation of the Grace family and mine. My encounter with Naomi's story helped me to navigate what life had thrown at me. 1. I accepted the reality and responsibility life had thrown at me. 2. I initially blamed myself and human conspirators that denied me the reward of my creativity and talent. God eventually healed me, and I stopped blaming anyone. 3. I did not hold a pitiful party as I walked towards dealing with the numerous problems. 4. I overcame any barriers as a man, Christian leader, the stigma associated with financial and mental health challenge that could have limited me seeking help with the problems. 5. I sought for help from trusted people, my creditors, and other organizations. 6. I received and followed divine instructions that did not make sense from a human perspective. Number 7, I stepped out by faith to experience a miracle of abundance of jars, multiple work streams of income, products, and services. Number 8, I stepped out of my comfort zone to learn a new skill, selling, marketing, and promoting my multiple work streams of income, products, and services to generate income to meet my financial commitments. Number 9, I'm experiencing a season of financial prosperity and well-being. The key focus of a jar of oil is to demonstrate that whatever the circumstances life might throw at you, with Jesus in the boat of your life, you can rebuild, turn around your life, faith, family, work, business, finances, and health. A good man leaves an inheritance to his children's children. Proverbs chapter 13, verse 22a. You don't have to be in financial difficulty before you can use your jar of oil to launch your family into a season of financial prosperity and well-being. The principle is simple and will work provided you diligently follow the steps. Don't leave debts for your children. Leave a legacy of financial prosperity and well-being. You can learn from both Naomi's and my stories. You don't have to wait until you are in debt before you discover your jar of oil and use it profitably. Learn a lesson from a jar of oil series. Take steps to discover and maximize your jar of oil to experience financial prosperity and well-being, becoming a generational blessing. Be determined to discover and maximize your jar of oil and achieve your purpose and assignment before you die. Arise now, seek the face of God, and begin to take practical steps to discover and maximize your jar of oil. It is highly likely that the jar of oil that became the seed to the breakthrough for the Grace family had always been in their house. Even though Nathaniel had the same access, if not more, to a prophet Elisha as Naomi, he never approached him for advice to resolve the family's debt crisis before he died. Was this due to issues of feeling embarrassed? We don't really know. Let's learn a lesson from the experience of Nathaniel and take positive steps to discover and maximize your jar of oil before you pass away from this world. It's never too late. There are many people who discovered and maximized their jar of oil in their old age and left it as a legacy for their future generations. The greatest legacy of wealth you can leave future generations is equipping them through training with the knowledge, skills, and information that will support them to sustain wealth creation principles and practices. The key focus of a jar of oil is to demonstrate that whatever circumstances life might throw at you, with Jesus in the boat of your life, you can rebuild and turn around your life, faith, family, work, business, finances, and health. Thank you for watching episode 5, A Jar of Oil, my journey to become financially secured, what leads to debts. I would appreciate your feedback, comments, and testimonies. Please send them via email to info@thetalentmedia.com. Kindly subscribe to our YouTube channel at Kingdom Achievers TV and share this video with others to be a blessing. Be on the lookout for more episodes from A Jar of Oil. Best wishes for your overflowing success.